ॐ नमो नारायणाय। ॐ नमो नारायणाय। ॐ नमो नारायणाय। ॐ नमो नारायणाय।
श्रीमान् वेङ्कटनाथार्यः कवितार्किककेसरी वेदान्ताचार्यवर्यो मे सन्निधत्तां सदा हृदि।
रामानुजदया पात्रम् ज्ञानवैराग्यभूषणम् श्रीमद्वेङ्कटनाथार्यम् वन्दे वेदान्तदेशिकम्।
சீரொன்று தூப்புல் திருவேங்கடமுடையான் பாரொன்றச் சொன்ன பழமொழியுள் ஊரொன்று தானே அமையாதோ தாரணியில் வாழ்வார்க்கு வானேரப் போமளவும் வாழ்வு.
श्रीमान् वेङ्कटनाथार्य कवितार्किककेसरी वेदान्ताचार्यवर्यो मे सन्निधत्तां सदा हृदि। रामानुजदयापात्रं ज्ञानवैराग्यभूषणं श्रीमद्वेङ्कटनाथार्यं वन्दे वेदान्तदेशिकम्। சீரொன்று தூப்புல் திருவேங்கடமுடையான் பாரொன்று சொன்ன பழமொழியுள் ஓரொன்று தானே அமையாதோ தாரணியில் வாழ்வார்க்கு வானேரப் போமளவும் வாழ்வு.
49. Sarva Papebhyaha. So in this Rahasya Matrka, we are going through the page 79, 49th point. Sarva Papebhyaha in the Charama Shloka, that is the third mantra after Ashtakshara and Dvaya. Sarva Papebhyaha is in the second half. Aham Tva, we saw that first two words, Aham Tva. Sarva Papebhyaha. Sarva Papebhyo is because of conjunction, it becomes Papebhyo. Mokshayishyami Masuchaha. Sarva Papebhyaha, Engara Padatile, in this word, Nane Nanavida Naraham Pugum Pavam Shide. Again, this point is always evident to all of us that we cannot blame Almighty for our commission of sins. The reason is it is our own lot. When you say our own bad actions of the previous births, knowingly or unknowingly done, and also because Lord gives us the discerning faculty, understanding knowledge that one is good and the other is bad. In spite of knowing what is good and bad, so we lean towards the bad actions, and therefore we suffer, and therefore we also say in the earlier granthas that the hell already created by Almighty, can say, Narakam. You have a very great description, big description of Narakam, hell, in Srimad Bhagavatam. There are 2 points there. While you read through, it will be very much disgusting, what I call loathsome. We feel loathsomeness on going through the chapter on hell. Why so much serious punishments are given for the particular types of sins. And then another point that we are normally blame ourselves, namely, we commit more sins than expected, than rules say. And therefore, this hell created already by the Lord is not enough, is not sufficient enough to accommodate all our sins, because more punishments must be created for different types of sins unmentioned there. So these are the. So nane nanavida naragam puhum pavam shede. I myself did all these bad actions, and therefore I have to enter into different varieties of hell. நம்மன் போலே வீழ்த்த முக்கும் நாட்டிலுள்ள பாவம் எல்லாம் என்றும் சொல்லுகிறபடியே, we have to look at the A, not A, because this peculiar word, namman pole, A must be, but yaman, naman, oh, that is not namman, naman. Namman doesn't give you correct meaning. Naman meaning yaman. Yaman meaning god of death. So yaman pole. So here, let us go to the previous text. Naman pole, by the what you call god of death, just like god of death, வீழ்த்து அமுக்கும் நாட்டிலுள்ள பாவம் எல்லாம். Each sin that we commit is like a god of death. He is a tyrant. He is very cruel in attitude. So the very sin immerses in suffering. The very bad action drowns us in catastrophe. That is, make us painful life, make us lead a painful life. So virthu amukkum, it presses us down. So நாட்டிலுள்ள பாவம் எல்லாம். You can also say, yeah, come, welcome, Ranganatha Priyadas. நாட்டிலுள்ள பாவம் எல்லாம், meaning it's a collective sin committed by the entire society also. Generally we say, if king commits sins, then the subjects suffer, the citizens suffer. When the citizens commit sins, the king suffers. The leaders of the people also suffer because of the people. And when when the leaders commit sins, naturally the people have to suffer. This is what today we are witnessing. Leaders are committing a lot of sins, more than what the people do. And therefore all the people suffer. So நாட்டிலுள்ள பாவம் எல்லாம். Again, I think we have to go to note 2, so that, note 2 is the word, the நாட்டிலுள்ள பாவம் எல்லாம் உலகில் உள்ள என் பாவங்கள் எல்லாம். So நாட்டிலுள்ள meaning உலகில் உள்ள, என் பாவங்கள் is called here பாவம் எல்லாம். It is not, as I said, the societal grave sins, but individual sins that I committed. Of course, Periyalvar is talking about himself only. He cannot represent all the people, saying that all the people are doing bad actions. So let us take the verse a little later. We go back to the text. Here, நாட்டிலுள்ள பாவம் எல்லாம் meaning all the sins committed by the individual, namely myself. என்றும் சொல்லுகிறபடியே, எண்ணாரா துயர் விளைக்கும் வல்வினையே மாளாதோ என்னும்படி எண்ணிறந்து கிடக்கிறபடி. So what we feel is, after committing sins, after doing bad actions, what we expect is the bad actions should die by themselves, should perish. The sins should perish by themselves. They must get decayed. They must become decrepit. That is, they themselves will get destroyed, should get destroyed. That's what we expect. Because too many mistakes done, and it gives a lot of suffering. Aratuyar. Aratuyar means intolerable suffering. Ennaratuyar meaning you cannot count how much intolerable is the sins are. So tuyar vilaikum, it's a consequence. So the sins result in our suffering. So, valvinaye is what we call grave sin. Grave sin means, intolerable suffering. Ennaratuyar meaning you cannot count how much intolerable is the sins are. So tuyar vilaikum, it's a consequence. The sins result in our suffering. So, valvinaye, the what you call grave sin. So, valvinaye, the what you call grave sin. So, valvinaye is big blunder. வல்வினையே மாளாதோ, whether it will die by itself. என்னும்படி எண்ணிறந்து கிடக்கிறபடி. The total quantity of the sins committed by a single individual is so immeasurable. எண்ணிறந்து. We cannot count. Since it is an inexhaustible heap of sins, HEAP, heap of sins, we feel that the mountain of sins should become flat. The mountain of sins should be destroyed by itself. So when sarva papebhyaha, the meaning, the word, the sarva papebhyaha, though it is said by the Lord, the expectation of the individual soul, Jivatma, is all sins should be ordered off. All sins should be removed. Not even by the Lord, not even by the individual soul, but by themselves. The sins should go away. They must fritter away. They must run away from us. That is what we expect. So, sarva papebhyaha is a word which is in what we call ablative case, aindam vetrumai, panchami vibhakti. So, meaning from all the sins. From all the sins, you must underline the word all or put it in inverted commas. That is, without anything remaining. All sins. All sins in the sense, all the three types of sins which we say in Shastras, namely. Fortunately, there are only three types of sins named. Sanchitam, Agami and Prarabdham. Prarabdham permanently available for us to suffer. Sanchitam collected, gathered over the births, and Agami is future sins. So, Shastras fortunately categorize only in three ways. And these three, all these three should be dissolved. So that's what we expect. So from the Lord, so sarva papebhyaha. I told you, I think last time, we have started practicing achidram. Myself and another gentleman. Now chanting it, reading it, trying to read it correct accents by ourselves without an acharya. And of course, we invoked the blessings of the acharyas and started learning by self-study, swadhyaya, in the afternoon. So when we start reading, the other man asked me the question, what will be the advantage of chanting Achidram? What is the meaning of Achidram? So whatever little I know, I said, Chidram means lacuna, error, mistake, deficiency, shortcoming. Achidram is without any shortcoming, that is without mistakes. So who is without mistakes is Lord. Lord is the only person who is without mistakes. Apahata papma, we say. Apahata papma. And Akila Heya Guna Pratyanikan. That's what we say. Akila Heya Guna Pratyanikaha. Sanskrit word is little long. So he doesn't get attached to the sins. He doesn't get attached to the what we call rajas and tamas gunas of these creations. He is always pure and therefore no blemish touches him. So here, so in that expectation, Achidram, the main advantage of Achidram is we also should become pure. When we want to become pure, our sins must be washed off. That's the expectation. So our sins must be washed off. So that means our suffering should stop. Somebody said, I heard somebody saying, even Garbhavasa is suffering. generally, though suffering is there is one more advantage. While the fetus in the womb is in the womb, we say that it has got a divine vision. It can experience the Lord. While an embryo develops into a fetus, the fetus becomes, say, a life, Jivatma. In this process, we thought that it will have some happiness. But some people say, again, it is full of suffering. Remaining in the womb of the mother is also a suffering. Naturally, for mother as well as the child. Here, so Achidram, so chanting Achidram will first dismiss our sins. Then the second advantage which I heard from a scholar is our health will be maintained. So our health also depends on our sins also. So papam vyadhi rupena badhate. We have a proverb in Sanskrit. Whatever sin that we have committed will make us diseaseful. Therefore, sin makes us suffer by physical frame also. Our body suffers. Naturally, Jivatma also should join the suffering. So it is not because Jivatma is different from the body cannot suffer alone. So Jivatma will always have a body like a subtle body, Sukshma Shariram, or Sthula Shariram, gross body. And therefore, Jivatma should also suffer. It cannot remain aloof. Normally, we always mistake that body with soul. They are one and the same according to us still, because our knowledge is not complete. Our wisdom is not full. And therefore, we always feel that body and soul are put together generally. So here, Achidram has got two advantages, namely, number one, dismissal of sins. Number two, health. So health is the outcome of chanting. So with that aim in our mind, of course, we should not expect anything from the Lord also, from chanting also. So Narayana-iti samarpayami, you should remember Sattvika Tyaga. So my chanting Achidram is only for pleasing him and so on. And so on. Yeah. And in Achidram you find a lot of deities, Agni, especially Agni because the fire is used in the ritual. And today we chant the Achidram without fire. So we mention all the deities, Indra, Varuna, Vayu, and so many deities. And of course, as Vaishnavite, we always say that all the deities have Antaryami, Lord Sriman Narayana. And again, we are not supposed to expect any fruit from chanting anything. And still, see, when we probe into what is said in the scriptures, then we say removal of sins and health. So now this is what we say from Sarva Papebhyaha from on the word of mouth, on the word in the mouth of Lord Krishna. Sarva Papebhyaha. 50. Moksha Ishyami. So this is future tense verb. Unfortunately, the future tense verb. So when will he remove? When will he give us the emancipation? When will he give us liberation from death and birth? When will he give us, grant us beatitude? When will we take us to Vaikuntham? In that way. So, or when will he give us the Samrajyam, the what you call the kingdom of service? So that's what we call Prapatti, Saranagati. We surrender to the God totally in order to do service. So when shall we have the opportunity to do always service permanent service to the Lord. And by doing such service, we must be able to please Him, and we must never feel happy over our own service. That is all. These are some points. So Moksha in Sanskrit, there are two future tenses. There are three past tenses. Fortunately, one present tense. And apart from these six, namely, five. One present tense, three past tenses, two future tenses, five. Then six more are there. They are called moods, M-O-O-D. It's called Prakara Bodhakaha in Sanskrit. Prakara Bodhakaha meaning it tells us the meaning, the methodology, the action. The action is given. The meaning of the action is given. For example, positive things are number one, blessing. Blessing is a mood, a benedictive mood. It's called a benedictive mood. Otherwise, in Sanskrit, very easily understood as Ashirling. Ashirling. Ashirvadaha. Then there are five moods. Five moods. One is Vedic mood. It's called a subjunctive mood. It is available in Vedic grammar. And then the other four are there. Namely, two are mandatory rules. One is a rule, Vidiling. The other one is imperative mood, Lot. And then we have conditional mood. So you say, provided if you do this, then you can achieve this. So these are all certain differences in verbs in Sanskrit, generally speaking. In the two future tenses, Moksha Ishyami is fortunately the near future. The distant future is also there. So Moksha Ishyami is said you can get the solution from the Lord even tomorrow. Tomorrow will be the what you call Anadyatana Bhavishyat Kalaha is called Rit Lakara, LRT. Rit meaning, Rit is second future tense. It's called in English second future tense. And of course, it is the near future tense. So you expect early solution to the problems. That is our suffering. So we want to put a stop to our suffering. Therefore, we expect the Lord to relieve us from this world. Moksha Ishan. Engira Padatile. So what were we doing, or what are we doing so far? It's a big world. The whole universe is a very great universe. Quantity and quality is a very great universe. It is full of ignorance and darkness. Irultar. You can attribute the reason Maya for all our ignorance. So we are all ignorant. We don't realize the Lord very easily. So Irultar, we are in the dark. We are groping in the dark. We are not able to come out of the darkness. So Ma Nalatur. So we swim across the ocean, and the ocean makes us drown in the ocean of darkness. It's an ocean of darkness. Then Lord decides to bless us. So ini piravi kavindu. So do we expect four more births in the future? We must say yes because of sins, but no because of expectation. We must say no because I don't want to be born again, even as a human being, even as a Sri Vaishnava, even as what you call beneficial birth to worship God here in this earth and so on. So ini piravi kavindu. So let us all end the cycle of birth. Ini piravi kavindu. Then Marul Orinda. So we give up our hallucination. We give up our what we call swoon, SWOON. We get up from our slumber. We start realizing. We get up from our sleep. So our darkness of ignorance slowly goes off. So Marul Orinda. That means we have lost our confusion. Now we are very clear. Then Madanenjam Udayar. Madanenjam means innocent minded people. Mada here refers to innocence. So we are all good people. So Madanenjam Udayar. Having good mind, having good heart. So Vendittellam Tarum Vallal Manivannan. So once you get out of the dark world, stop the birth. Now, how to stop the birth? It's all because of His blessings. And we get out of the confusion also. So we dismiss our ignorance also. Then we become pure in our heart. Madan Enjamudayar. Vendittellam Tarum Vallan Manivandan. Lord Shivan Narayana is otherwise called Manivandan, according to Alvars, and again according to the name of the Archa form in particular temple. So Manivandan. Manivandan in the sense money is gem. Vandan is one who is complexioned. So complexion like a gem. So you take any gem, generally we take a blue sapphire. So Neela Megha Shamala Varnaha. So again, so if he is a colorful personality, so you can add any color of the gem on his figure, divine figure. He is resplendent, he is bright, he is effulgent, he is full of light with all kinds of gems. You can imagine him in whatever form, and you decorate him also as a priest in the temple. You decorate him with, you say, for example, muttangi, pearl garland, pearl dress, muttangi. Cassock, we say in Christianity, pearl cassock, top to bottom, tip to toe. The top to toe will have full of pearls, pearl dress. So that is white color. So then, what does he do? He gives us all kinds of benefits. Vendittellam Tarumballal. Of course, we must always ask only the right prayers. We must always demand right things as per the scriptures, and then all will be given. So Vinnulaham Tara Viraind. He is in a hurry to give us the Vaikuntham. Vinnulaham. Kalanga Perunahar Tirunadu in Tamil, we say. So it's a flawless place. So Vaikuntham is a flawless place. All ideal things are there. So Vindulaham Tara, in order to grant us this beatitude, emancipation, freedom from birth and death, the place, the heaven, the highest place. Viraind, he is very quick. He is in a hurry to come to us. Sharnda Iruval Veneharum Sharindu. So Iruval Venehar. Here it is talking about Sanchitam and Agami. Types of actions that we do, good and bad. So both good and bad are dismissed. So Iruvil Vanayalam Sharind, they just trickle down, they go away. Then Maya Pattarat, so we get out of the illusion. I said the confusion, again illusion. Illusion is a confusion. That is thinking something, thinking of something which is not. So Maya Pattarithu, then Tirndu. So he solves all our problems. Then Tanbal Manam Vaika, our mind should be concentrated on him. So Tanpal, on his own self. Manam Vaika, we must put our heart and soul. Then Tirutti Vidu Tiruthigrapadi. Tirutti, he makes us pure, he makes us correct ourselves. And then Vidu Tiruthigrapadi. So instead of house at in this world, earth, he gives us the house in that world. Vidu Tiruthigrapadi. Not only Vidu Tiruthigrapadi, so people around us also will be correct. Family, friends, relatives, all this. Word Tiruthigrapadi in F meaning Paramapadatte Alankarital. That is, we also go there and adore the world, adore the heaven. That's what he says. Paramapadatte Alankarital. Just like Lord decorates the world, we also go and make that world, make the world bright by our presence, because we have become good people. Then we also say Sharindu Prapatiyal Muti. When we give up all our sins, then we are encouraged to do total surrender. Prapatiyal Muti. He encourages in total surrender. You have D. Patrarit, Prakriti Sambandham, meaning that we give up our connection to the wrong things in this world. Prakriti Sambandham. Then B, I told you as the merits and the sins. Iruval Vinayam. Both merits and sins are the obstacles to the heaven. So you have number one, Mane kan madavar mayakirpattu manilattu tanane nanavidam naraham puhum pavam seiden. So the second line was the quoted earlier in the text. So தேனை பூம்பொழில் சூழ் திருவேங்கடமாமலை என் ஆனாய் வந்தடைந்தேன் அடியேனை ஆட்கொண்டருளே. So பெரிய திருமொழி, Thirumangaiyalvar says 192. I have been engaging in the company of women who have got deer-like eyes. Mane kan madavar. Madavar is about ladies. I was interested in ladies who have beautiful eyes like what deer. So மான் போன்ற கண்களையுடைய பெண்களின் அழகில் மயங்கி மயக்கப்பட்டு I was always reveling in the company of the ladies. As a king, Thirumangaiyalvar loved to marry a lady, and she put a condition. Later on, of course, Thirumangaiyalvar came out of the confusion. So Manilattu meaning in this earth, because it's a very big world. Manyalattu. Andal also say, Anganma Nyalat Arasam. Manyalat. Very big universe. So Nane Nanavida Narakam Pukum Pavam Sede. Nobody encouraged me, nobody made me commit sins, but I myself started doing sins. And I did in variety of sins that I had to enter into different varieties of hell. So Thenai Pumbalil Sud Trivengadamalai, Tirupati, the 7 hills called, they are full of flower bowers and full of honey, with the flowers full of honey. Thenai Pumbalil Sud Trivengadamalai. And I reached the mountain Tirupati, Yanai Aatkondorli. Please take me unto your fold. Adiyenai, because I am surrendering totally to you. Aanai Vandanindin. So I came like a cow to your feet. Aanai Vandanindin. ஸோ மான் போன்ற கண்களையுடைய பெண்களின் அழகில் மயங்கி பல வகையான நரகம் புகும் பாவங்களை செய்தேன். இப்பொழுது திருவேங்கடமுடையானாகிய உன்னை சரணமடைந்தேன், என்னை ஆட்கொண்டு அருள வேண்டும். This is, of course, total prapatti. That's all, total surrender. And now the second quote, from Periyalvar again. Periyalvar. எம்மனா என் குல தெய்வமே என்னுடைய நாயகனே நின்னுடையனாய் பெற்ற நன்மை உலகின் ஆர் பெறுவார். நம்மன் போலே, நமன் போலே வீழ்த்தமுக்கும் நாட்டிலுள்ள பாவமெல்லாம் சும்மெனாத் தேகை விட்டோடி தூறுகள் பாய்ந்தனவே. So my titular deity is Lord. Maybe here Vatapatra Shahi, Shiviliputur. So one who was reclining on the banyan leaf, Lord Krishna on the banyan leaf. Rangamannar, we also say Rangamannar. It is a titular deity for Periyalvar. So Emmana En Kuladevam. So I belong to you. So you are my deity. You are my particular deity. Ennuடைய நாயகனே, you are my hero. You are my leader. நின்னுடையனாய் பெற்ற நன்மை. Because I am in you. நின்னுடையனாய். That is a special name is, Periyalvar's special name is Vishnu Chitta. There are two meanings which we know, namely, Lord Vishnu is in the mind of Periyalvar and therefore we call Vishnu Chitta. The Alvar, Periyalvar, is in the Lord's mind and therefore he is called Vishnu Chitta. The other one is more important. Our presence in the mind of the Lord should be more important than we having Lord in our mind. So, Ninnudayanai Petranami, because I am in you, I got a lot of advantages. You ulakinil yaar perva. Nobody else got the benefit of my presence in you. Because you know the history of Periyalvar. வேதங்கள் ஓதி விரைந்து கிழியறுத்தான் பாதங்கள் யாமுடைய பற்று மின்னார் தடல் மதுரை சூழ் வில்லிபுத்தூர் என்றொருக்காம் சொன்னார் கமலம் சூழ் கூடினோம் முன்னாள். We have a lot of Taniyans which tell us the history of Periyalvar, very great history of Periyalvar. And he had the another advantage of begetting, rather rearing, R-E-A-R-I, rearing the child Andal, Bhuma Devi, in his own garden, from his own garden, and therefore he is called Periyalvar. And he also had, because he sang Tirupalland, his affection, filial affection knows no bounds, and therefore he is called Periyalvar. No other Alvar was so selfless, because he was so selfless that he did not demand anything from the Lord, whereas all other Alvars demanded something from the Lord, some prayer from the Lord. So, Ulaginil or Pervar, nobody else is equal to me in getting the advantages from my presence in your mind. And in spite of this, all my sins push me down. வீழ்த்து அமுக்கும் நாட்டிலுள்ள பாவம் எல்லாம், all the sins, without without any reminder, they all act as god of death. Each sin becomes a god of death, like what we call a demon of death, and they make me fall down. Shummenade கைவிட்டோடி தூறுகள் பாய்ந்தன. So what happened to these sins which drowned me earlier? Now, shummenade, they didn't even utter a little sigh. They didn't even feel sad. So, கைவிட்டோடி, they ran away. தூறுகள் பாய்ந்தனவே, they hid themselves. So this is what we expect the sins to do. So in spite of our commission of sins, we expect the sins to run away from us. எல்லாம் மூச்சு விடாமல், shummenade meaning, I told you, without uttering a little sigh, S-I-G-H. So எம்பெருமானே, O Lord, அடியேன் உனக்கு தாசனான பின்பு, after I surrendered to you, பெற்ற நன்மையை உலகில் யார் பெற முடியும்? Who else will get so much benefit like me from you? So பூதம் பிசாசம் முதலியன போல் வந்து தள்ளி. So generally we say Yamadutaha, the messenger of the demon called death. All are cruel in appearance, as we understand, and they have weapons to attack us and so on. They are now referred to as ghost and goblin. Bhutam Pishasam. So Bhutam Pishasam முதலியன போல் வந்து தள்ளி, they push us. என்னை அமுக்கும், they push me down. உலகில் உள்ள என் பாபங்கள் எல்லாம், all the sins that I committed, மூச்சு விடாமல், without any objection, ஓடிப்போய் ஒளிந்து கொண்டது. So they ran away, helter skelter, ஒளிந்து கொண்டன, they hid themselves. So page 80, 51. So we saw earlier, Sarva Papebhyo Mokshayishyami. Now we say, Ma Suchaha. Now in order to confirm our faith, rather reconfirm our faith in total surrender, Lord gives assurance, Ma Suchaha. Ma here doesn't mean either mother or Mahalakshmi and so on. Ma means do not. So Suchaha means grieve. So do not bother, doesn't matter, do not worry. என்ற வாக்கியத்திலே உழலையன் பின் பேச்சு மலையோடு அவனை உயிருண்டான் கடல்கள் அவையே சரணாகும். Of course, this anecdote is here. Kamsa sent lady demon. He was a very small child, suckling child, taking the breast milk of the mother, Yashoda. So suddenly she came in a different form and tried to inject poison into his mouth by suckling. So what happened, as we all know, that the Putana was killed. Rather, Putana's life was finished. And Vedanta Deshika says in his Yadavabhyudayam that she got the boon of no birth in the future. She had no chance of suckling again. When she suckled the Lord, she never had a chance later to suckle, meaning she was not born again. That is what we call Punarapi Jananam was not there. So that is what we call Maranamanal Vaikundam Kudukkum Piran, Alvar says. So after the death, in his hands especially, will definitely give the heaven, give Vaikuntham. Avanai Uyirundan. Here it is, Avanai doesn't give you the correct gender, but doesn't matter. Then, how did he make others? How did Lord Krishna make others realize that Putana came and tried to kill him? He made a noise with his jingling anklets by kicking the feet. So, Kadalhal Avaye Sharanaham. Periyalvar, Vedanta Deshika remembers the feet, divine feet. Kadalhal, so divine feet. Kandru Kunilai Yerindai Kadal Potri, Andal said this in Tirupar. When he threw the small calf in the form of a demon in the form of a calf, and then he threw the calf to the what we call wood apple tree, Vilambara Kapithapalam. The tree also was a demon, Dhenukasura. It is not Dhenukasura, it is Vatsasura. Sometimes it's said as Dhenukasura also. Dhenuka, Dhenu is cow and Dhenuka means cow. Ka gives you a smaller one of the species. Simha means lion, Simhakaha means cub. Gaja means elephant, Gajakaha means cub of elephant. And so on. So here Dhenu is cow, so cow's small figure is calf. Say Vatsasura generally. Okay, so no problem. So Sharanaha Kundu. Swami Deshika feels that the Lord's feet are the succor, shelter. Sharanaha Kundu. Shaida Velviyan. So now, after reading this Rahasya Matrka and making a total surrender, or already we have done a total surrender. Shaida Velvi. Velvi is Yajnam, Yagaha, sacrifice. Sacrifice is not what you call very difficult sacrifice. Falling at the feet of the Lord is easy, but at the same time, He must give us the thought. We must be blessed to surrender to Him. So, Velviyan. Thirumal Talaikonda Nangat. So, Thirumal Talaikonda. I think that we must see the note. Though we always fall at the feet, we remember all the limbs from head to foot. So Thirumal Talaikonda. Talaikonda is as a leader. So keeping Lord Srimanarayana as a leader, Thirumal Talaikonda. Nangatku, Paras, Enge Varum Thivinaye. So Enge Varum Thivinaye, no bad element will get attached to us. No sin will get attached to us. Enge Varum Thivinaye. கூட்டறிய திருவடிக்கள் கூட்டினை நான் கண்டேனே. So this is again Alvar statement. So it is very difficult, very rare to get the blessing of the divine feet. Since I happened to see the divine feet in a what you call in a caged fashion. Kuttine, non kandene. I have seen. So I have witnessed the 2 feet, divine feet of the Lord. Therefore, Endru Telivutra Shindayale. So my mind has become clear. It is not turbid now. So theory, I have re-equipped myself. And then Yavat Sharira Patam, till my death, till this body falls down. Yavat Sharira Patam. Ajnanu Palanatale. Because I follow the rules, what you call the orders of the scriptures, what you call Anukulya Sankalpam, designing to do whatever has been prescribed by the scriptures, Ajnanupalam Sale. Then Agni Indradi Sabdangalai, when we use the name fire, Indra, etc., Prayogik Madavidum, while we use them, so that is while we perform sacrifice, fire sacrifice. Anya Devata Abhisandhiyatra Swayam Prayojana Kainkari Rasattale. Our thought should not dwell upon other deities like fire god or Indra and so on. So we must always remember the Antaryami, the inner soul, namely Lord Rama, Lord Srimanarayana, in all the gods that we worship during the fire sacrifice. Swayam Prayojana Kainkari Rasattale. Lord is also expecting some happiness out of our action called sacrifice. So, Swayam Prayojana. So, we will not think of our own happiness in performing the sacrifice. So, it is His own prerogative, His own right to claim the happiness. So, Swayam Prayojana Kainkarya Rasattale. The sweetness of our service should be enjoyed by Him, not by ourselves. Then Kritarthana Irukumbadi, we must feel grateful for such a thought that we don't feel happy. We must feel that He should feel happy. So Kritarthana Irukumbadiyum, then Pradhanamaha Anusandheya. That is the main meditation for us. Pradhanamaha, main, Anusandheyam is meditating thought. Our thought should always concentrate upon that we must be grateful and grateful to the blessing of doing service in order to make him happy. So here, Thiruvirutham, திருமாலுருவுக்கும் மேரு அம்மேருவில் செஞ்சுடரோன் திருமால் திருக்கை திருச்சக்கரமுக்கும் அன்னகண்டும் திருமாலுருவோடு அவன் சின்னமே பிதற்றா நிற்பதோ திருமால் தலை கொண்ட நங்கட்கு எங்கே வரும் தீவினை. So this is the meaning. So 88, மேருமலை பிராட்டியின் நிறம் கலந்த எம்பெருமான். Merumala is supposed to be called gold mountain, very bright, effulgent, all pervading light. So Merumala, it's called gold mountain. So Pirati in Niram, goddess of fortune, goddess of wealth, has got a gold color complexion. So Pirati in Nirankalanda Emberuman Thirumeni Utturukku. Because Lord is always associated with the consort, we say, even the Lord looks like Meru Mountain. Because of the reflection of the gold color of the goddess, Lord also is reflecting the gold color. So Meruvil Shenjudaron. So over the mountain, that is along with the goddess, he appears like sun, Shenjudaron. Ammalayil Suryan Irupadu. Now, because he holds a discus in the hand, right hand, for example, Sudarshanam is the wheel, discus chakram. திருக்கையில் உள்ள திருச்சக்கரத்தை ஒத்திருக்கும். So it's a natural phenomenon that the gold mountain reflects the sunlight. The sun is on the top of the mountain. And the sun can be either imagined as Lord himself or the sun is in his hands. Is as bright as the sun. And therefore, திருக்கையில் உள்ள on his divine hand, திருச்சக்கரத்தை ஒத்திருக்கும். The Sudarshana Chakram is as bright as the sun. இப்படி போலியான வஸ்துக்களை கண்டே அவனையும் அவன் சின்னத்தையும் கண்டதாக கருதி பிதற்றும்படியான பெரிய மோகம் பெற்று அவனையே பற்றி நிற்கும் நமக்கு. So this is, though it is a false impression that when we look at the mountain, Meru mountain, imagine that Meru mountain is a goddess, and along with the Meru mountain, the sun god actually the sun appearing, the sun planet appearing over the mountain becomes God for us, Lord Sriman Narayana for us. And then the sun also resembles the chakram in the hand, wheel in his hand. So all our imaginations, but these imaginations are actually good, but because of our madness towards him, because of our affection towards him, because of our love towards the Lord, the divine couple, we always look at natural objects also as a replica of or reflection of those figures, the divine couple. So whatever we see in this world should be likened to, should be compared to, should be a parallel to the Lord and his consort. So இப்படி போலியான வஸ்துக்கள் meaning they are not very real in the sense, because they have got also dissolution, not only creation and sustenance, the whole world becomes dissolved after the what we call kalpas. Every kalpa we have Mahapralayam, the great deluge. The worlds get dissolved. And therefore, we say poliyana vastukal, false objects. So the sun is not permanent in the sense. Of course, this is something against our Vaishnava Sampradaya, meaning that every object in the world is real, according to us. Jagan na mithya. The world is not unreal. So, avanayam avan sinnathayam kandadaha karidi. Having imagined that, considered that we have seen him, we have seen his chakram also. Pidatram badiyana. Because of our love, we prattle, pidatram badiyana. Periya moham petru. We get a lot of, give big confusion. But confusion is good confusion. Right confusion. Avanaye patti nirkum. We only resort to him. Namakku, for us. அவனை விட்டு பிரிந்து நிற்கும்படியான பாபம் எப்படி வரும் என்கிறாள் பராங்குஷனாய். Having taken a lady's form, Alvar says, because we see in everything a Lord in everything, we won't commit sins. So the sins will run away. அவனை விட்டு பிரிந்து நிற்கும்படியான பாபம் எப்படி வரும்? Since we always think of him, when we see all things in the world, we always see parallels to him. And therefore, though they are not very much real, they have some, what we call, limited span of existence. But still, it is understood that we will not be sinners. We will not be sinners. So, Thiruvaimozhi says, கூட்டுதி நின்குறை கடல் களிமையோடும் தொழாவகை செய்து ஆட்டுதி நீயரவனை அடியேனும் அக்தறிவன் வேட்கையெல்லாம் எடுத்தன்னை உன் திருவடியே சுமந்துழல கூட்டறிய திருவடிக்கள் கூட்டினை நான் கண்டேனே. So this second Thiruvaimozhi 499 we will take up tomorrow.
ராமானுஜதயா பாத்ரம் ஞான வைராக்கிய பூஷணம் ஸ்ரீமத்வேங்கடநாதார்யம் வந்தே வேதாந்த தேசிகம். கவிதார்க்கிகதிமாய கல்யாண குணசாலினே ஸ்ரீமதே வெங்கடேசாய வேதாந்த குரவே நமக. வாதிதிவதிரோபங்க ஜானன பராக்ரமா ஸ்ரீவான் வெங்கடநாதாஸ்ய இரம் விஜயதாபுரே. சீரொன்று தோபோ திருவேங்கடமுடைய ஆரொன்று சொன்ன பழமொழிகள் ஆரொன்று தானே மயதோ தரணியில் வாழ்வார்க்கு வானேர போவளவும்
ராமானுஜதயா பாத்ரம் ஞானவைராக்யபூஷணம் ஸ்ரீமத்வேங்கடநாதார்யம் வந்தே வேதாந்ததேசிகம்.
कवितार्किकसिंहाय कल्याणगुणशालिने श्रीमते वेङ्कटेशाय वेदान्तगुरवे नमः. சீரொன்று தூப்புல் திருவேங்கடமுடையான் பாரொன்றச் சொன்ன பழமொழியுள் ஊரொன்று தானே அமையாதோ தாரணியில் வாழ்வார்க்கு வானேரப் போமளவும் வாழ்வு.
ஓம் நமோ நாராயணாய.